Okay, today's topic is estimation of how much backup you need. So, please enjoy. Okay, this is Ray. Welcome back. This is Ray from explorerray.com. And today I'm going to talk about something that's maybe a little bit academic, a little bit tedious, but very, very important in my opinion. And that is backup. A good friend of mine, he said, big boys don't take backup, they cry, and the reason was very simple. He had lost his bachelor thesis a couple of months before it was finished, or due to be finished. But okay, what I'm going to talk about more specifically is how I'm going to estimate what I'm going to bring when I'm going to Antarctica of batteries and memory cards, or not batteries but memory cards and storage and so on. And this might seem a little bit interesting, but maybe it seems more easy than it looks by the first hand. First of all, as you know, me, like many other photographers, we like to take with us a lot of cameras, and you use cameras for different things. And for me, I will bring video camera, DSLRs and mirrorless for different types of shoots and so on. And they demand different types regarding storage. And I'm going to just go through, give you some practical tips on how you can think when your estimation, and I'm going to go through my estimation. The first thing is that I am separating the still images that I will take with my film images, and I have a goal of trying to shoot as much image as I can. Of course, this is a trip of a lifetime. I want to be able to use it for whatever I want, and of course I will bring a lot of gear for that purpose, you can say. So, first off, I have a little cheat sheet here beside me. But first of all, the first thing you have to consider is how much image will you actually shoot. And the only thing you can actually is how you think about yourself when you're out shooting. Because I might be shooting like, for instance, when I'm out in the wild, you're shooting a bird. You might shoot 100 images just of that bird, just to see if you get one decent shot. That's no problem if you have a fast DSLR or something like that. And that is totally normal for me. I don't look at every image I take, I look at maybe every 10, 15, 20 images I take, or every new location, but I just work around and I take a lot of images. So when I'm out in the wild and I'm somewhere at the first time, or maybe somewhere I know will go back to, I just shoot a lot of images. So I remember, for instance, when I went to Machu Picchu, I scared the shit out of my guide. I said, okay, I'm taking 1,000 images today. And she was like, what? Have you taken 1,000 images there? She has been there like 50, 100, 200 times, I don't know. But like, she was like, how did you manage to do that? And I still have images that I find potential in. So, if you have something new, something spectacular, something you want to see, you might shoot more than what you do. And on some days you might shoot less than what you normally do. Some days you might shoot nothing, some days you might shoot something. So I have said that, okay, a high shooting day will be 1200 images for a day. Okay, maybe, that's fair, I don't know. It might be low, but I'm saying that, okay, on high I will shoot 1200 images. On a low I will shoot 300 images. So I am estimating that when I'm going to Antarctica, and remember this is a 25-day spread. This is a 25-day long trip. And I'm saying that, okay, on average I will estimate 700 images. And just remember that the first day it's traveling, or the first couple of days it's traveling, then I have a couple of days sightseeing in Buenos Aires, then I go down to Ushuaia traveling, and I have a couple of days sightseeing in Ushuaia before I go on the boat. And on the boat you have days where you go ashore as much as you can, because we are close to land, and on other days we have days we're on boat all the time. So of course that it's only so many images you can take off the boat if it's nothing to see out on the sea. But of course if you're tracking a pack of whales, you probably shoot several hundred images just watching the whales. Okay, so I'm estimating from my personal usage 700 images a day for 25 days. That's quite a lot. And then it comes down to a little bit about, I haven't brought out all the camera equipment I will bring, but this is kind of the first first kind of thing. But the second thing I will say is that you have to think a little bit about what type of gear do you use for what type of situations. I haven't decided if I'm going to bring my Fuji X100S or I'm going to bring my Canon G1X. But I will bring one small, you can say, pocket-sized camera, because they are very flexible and very nice to bring. And for instance, when I'm going to Buenos Aires and so on, I know there's a lot of muggings and shit going on in that town. So if I'm going to try to do some street photography, maybe I want to bring one of those instead of my Nikon DX10, for instance, because I don't feel that's all that safe. So it might be easier to do street photography stuff with such a camera, but it won't be the camera I will be using the most. And in addition, when you have had sorry about that, which is a neighbor. When you had a long trip, when you've had a long trip, during the day, and you want to sit around relaxing in the cafeteria, restaurant, bar, something like that, a little more easier accessible tool is very nice to have. But what I'm saying is that I'm estimating that maybe 10% of my total range of images will be with this kind of camera. And so that will be approximately 70 images a day. Maybe that's a bit much, I don't know. But the thing is that these shoot raw files, and I don't know if that's quite an estimation, but I know that especially when I use my Canon G1X, I know that I use a lot of the built-in filters and so on, like Instagram filters, and they have a lot of cool functionality. so they shoot a lot of JPEGs. But when I shoot like RAW and JPEGs, I estimate they are on average around 20 megabytes, something like that. So if I say that, okay, I use 20 megabytes on average for 10% of my files, the 70 files a day, that's 1.5 gigabytes every single day of storage. Of course, if you have a large memory card and so on, that isn't very much, but you don't have to go very many days before you reach the 16 gigabyte, which maybe is the average standard for the average standard for a shooter. The next thing is that I have here my Nikon D810. The Nikon D810 is a little bit special, not because it's a Nikon, but because they have a very big megapixel count. At the point when it came out last year, it was the largest. DSLR full frame sensor images together with the Sony A7R, I think, yeah, with a 36 megapixel sensor, and that gives you raw files of my estimate around 40 megabytes each. And I say that, okay, because I only have a couple of lenses, because I have the 150-600, which I showed you many times before from Sigma. I estimated when I'm going ashore, when I'm shooting from a boat, when I'm shooting fish and birds and all these kind of things, I will be using that quite a lot. So I'm estimating that maybe 40% of all my shots will be done with my D810. That's an estimation. And that leaves approximately 280 images. Approximately. So that leaves 11 gigabytes per day. And last, I haven't brought one of them forward, but I will bring at least two of my Canon DSLRs, my 5D Mark III and my 6D. I will bring. And because I will bring a lot of different lenses and so on and so forth, I estimated among those two, which are kind of similar, they have approximately around 25-30 megabytes of raw files each. I estimate that they will use approximately 50% of my images. That will leave approximately 350 images a day. So, altogether, something in the vicinity of 20 to 25 gigabytes of data I will produce on still images every single day for 25 days. And this is a little bit about caution when you estimate, because I think that, okay, even if I say that, okay, 700 images is a rough estimate, I say that, okay, I add 20% on that in addition. And for safety, maybe true, maybe not. The funny thing is that when I get my dossier from my travel agent, they say that, okay, estimate that you will use twice as much as you normally would use. So I estimate 30% extra. And that leaves me for 30 gigabytes per day for storage. Just for images, still images. Okay, so then the next thing. Then we're talking about film. And film is a little bit more difficult, you can say, or movies. I told a friend that I have a little plan, maybe making a little movie or a little documentary on what I did, how I did it, and all of these, and so on and so forth. When I come back. And I saw a YouTube video which was really, really cool. A man who has done a similar trip to mine did exactly that a couple of years ago. And he used like, his video edited was approximately 1.5 hours. So I said to myself that, okay, maybe I can do like filming, let's say maybe, yeah, we're what should I say, 10, maybe 30 minutes or something like that movie shooting every day. A friend of mine, he just said, no, you will shoot way more than that. 30 minutes goes way too fast. Okay. So I thought about this, and I started estimating approximately 50 minutes every day. And I think maybe that sounds a lot, but this is how I'm thinking about this. First of all, I will be bringing this. This is my old GoPro Hero 3. And of course, when I go ashore, I will probably either chest mount it or mount it on my head, just to document things. And when I have it on, it kind of doesn't matter, it just runs. And if I say that 20% of all the film I make, I will be making with my GoPro, and I estimate that it approximately, I haven't done that thorough testing, but I estimate approximately 10 minutes makes up 2 gigabytes of data. So then I say that every day I'll have 2 gigabytes of data only on the GoPro. Of course, if I have a lot of batteries, I have a lot of memory cards, and I have a lot of things to show on shore, and it's interesting, I can take way more than that really, really fast. But still, it's an interesting thing, because especially when we're talking about raw material, we're not talking about editing things yet, we're only talking about raw material, this can take quite a lot. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that I have this little camera. This little camera will follow me everywhere, I hope. This is a Sony Handycam HDR PG200. This is a quite brilliant little cam. It's a Handycam, and the reason I'm bringing it actually is just of one single little reason. That is for selfie shots. For instance, if I want to say, okay, I am here in blah blah blah, I can use this. I can't use my Canon Legria, which I'm shooting this on, because it's just too big. I can't hold it like this and shoot myself. It's not possible. So I'm saying that, okay, 10% of my 5 minutes a day, I will use this. And this is it isn't old. I bought it for like 4 years ago or something like that, 3 years ago. It's starting to get a little bit outdated. I still think it's kind of brilliant, but you can say maybe half a gigabyte per 10 minutes, something like that. It's a lesser quality than the GoPro, far less quality than the GoPro, but still a good camera. And of course, I say that 70% of what I'm filming, I will be filming with my Canon Legria, the camera I'm filming this video on now. That has an estimated usage of approximately 3 gigabytes per 10 minutes. It shoots in AVHCD, in 50 frames a second, and they are very, very good quality images and so on. So I can estimate approximately 11 gigabytes per day. And that's quite a lot. So when I add up that, around 13 to 15 gigabytes of film every single day. And when I add on 30% for security extra, I'm almost up at 20 gigabytes. Just with film a day. And then you have this little thing which looks like a troll. This is my Zoom H5. The Zoom is a very brilliant thing, and shooting like conversations, my diary, for instance, every single day I'm saying something about myself and so on and so forth. It's quite brilliant. But it doesn't take all that much storage space. It isn't. It doesn't add up that much. But I say that okay. If I'm estimating too much, I'm saying a gigabyte a day, maybe. But okay, so and the trip's length here, and that is the crucial point. The trip's length is 25 days. And here's why I'm stressing this with security and this with having everything I need. The point is that I am on a boat. I might be able to buy a memory card, I might be able to download something to my laptop and so on, but I wouldn't count on it. So I have to be self-sufficient, and that is important. That is very, very important. I will not see from my leave Lucia in Argentina until I get back. Maybe I can pick up an external hard drive if I need at Stanley in the Falkland Islands. I have no idea, but that will be the only place of civilization which you will actually be for the next 25 days, or for the next 20 days. So, what's my plan? First off, I forgot to tell you that. Including safety margin, when I add up the film, the live images, the still images, and the sound, I'm estimating in RAW that I will have approximately 920 gigabytes. You can sum it up to 1 terabyte of data. And that is just my estimation of the backup of the RAW files in itself. That's quite a lot. So, so what's my plan, actually? The thing is that now I have all the data, but I don't have a possibility to use them for anything. So, what I'm thinking about is that one, I will have, and this has a little bit to do with diversifying and so on. I don't have possibility. I have to reuse my memory cards. So you have to have enough memory cards so that if some of the memory cards gets destroyed or something like that, you can replace them. But you can't buy enough memory cards to take hold of like a terabyte of data. It just messes everything up. So external hard drives is the name of the game. External hard drives is very cheap today. But here is what I am planning to do. This plan might change as it goes along. I haven't decided. But what I'm thinking about is that I will first of all get one external hard drive either at 1 terabyte or at 2 terabytes. That's the first thing. And that is just to have backup of all of my image files. Or, all of my files. That is just a backup of all my files. I have one folder I call images, I have one folder I call film, and have one folder I call sound. Just back up everything and leave it there. That's just my master. Everything. Second, and here comes the interesting part. I am using Lightroom, and of course, we have talked about this before, but one of the issues when you're handling Canon, Nikon, Fuji, all of these things, is that everybody has a different specification for the RAW files, even if it's the same thing. So you have the NEF, the RAW, and the CR2. So I will convert everything into the new format of DNG, which is the Lightroom Digital or Adobe Digital Negative format. So I will have one specific hard drive for so I will have one hard drive for 2 terabytes, which is just a backup for everything. I will have one hard drive for probably also for, let's say, 1 or 2 terabytes, for my image files. So when I just make a master Lightroom catalog. I've had this with me when I went to Bosnia, when I went to Australia, and all of these things. I did this way. I just had an external hard drive, hooked it up, and made my Lightroom catalog on that hard drive. And so everything I did, I converted it to that hard drive. So I had the entire file structure, and when I came home, I could just take that file structure and implement it into my master PC. And that was very nice. So that's the point with the image. For the sound and for the video files, I would probably have another hard drive to be able to work on them. In addition to the master, so I can use my Premiere folder on there, so I can import it in the same way. But that doesn't quite work in the same way as Lightroom. But there are big files, and I don't want to mess up the files with everything else. So maybe even having a specific partition for the sound files and so on. So my point is that, first of all, estimate everything. Estimate how you shoot, how much you shoot. That's the first thing. The second thing is, after you estimated how much you shoot, try and work out actually how much technical space the different files need. And when you work that one out, try and add up. And when it comes to the backup scheme, my recommendation is have one which just is a master, which you don't hopefully will never use, and then you have a couple of 1 or 2 hard drives depending on your size, which are the one you actually use. So you actually have the files safe in one place, and you have a working copy another place in addition. So it was a long, elaborate, but maybe a top tip from me, because it will be a dreadful shame for me. I wouldn't forgive myself if I went all the way to Antarctica, take a lot of images, and wasn't able and lost them because of some technical error. So I hope you find this interesting, and I hope you find it useful. So take care and have. And if you like what I do, like always, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, go to my blog, explorer.com, and take care and have an excellent weekend. Goodbye for now.